This is Kasi Life Style Shandis.
With the music, feel the beat.
Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Thiza V-ruz. Welcome to an explicit, explosive, and a hip-happening episode, of course, of Kasi Life Style Shandis. It's a podcast, of course. We're available on Facebook. You can find it there. It's called Kasi Life Style Shandis on Facebook, and I'm going to be your host for today. One of the most, of course. So my name is Thiza V-ruz, and I'm not alone. Hola.
Wagwan, man.
Come back.
I get so
Yeah, man. I'm with, of course, Augustine Sole. I'm with C4. Today we're going to be doing this Mtswembu episode, of course, you know. It's a Kasi lifestyle thing, you know. We speak Kasi, we celebrate Kasi, we do everything local. So today we're going to be speaking music and performing arts, of course. As you know, that's how we always do it. We're not alone, of course. We've got guests around us. We've got people chilling around us here. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's chilled on top of each and every moment. So, yeah, it's one of those days in which, you ready? Should we go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Question number one? Voila. Question number one. Somebody asked, of course, here, they said, how did you first get into your music or your art?
It all started, I think it was back in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in 2016, yeah. So I met my other friend, KB the rapper, also known as Karabelum Tawu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I met him and then like he introduced me. But like first I used to listen to music, you know, hip hop music. I was like, nah, one day, you know, I have to do this.
So you're like, one day you want to do this?
Yeah, I have to do this. And then I started writing, you know, and then it grew like gradually. You know?
Speaking of writing, how does your writing nature come to you? Because you know a lot of people find it very hard, man. When I talk about the writer's block, or a pen full stop stories fella. So how does your writing process come to you?
Basically, I have to like listen to beats, you know, get to like bond with beat, you understand? Like maybe it could be for a week, you know, listening to music, you know, I mean a beat, you know, and then I get to write, you know, whatever that comes in my mind, you know, I just journal. I have like a book whereby like I'm just freehand writing, you know, so sometimes I get to like revisit that book, you know, take the concepts and then, you know, stretch it and all of that.
It's actually very good. It's it's actually a nice idea, especially when you speak it like that. Like we saying, okay,
freehand writing.
Or freehand writing, which is a process of Sanjuan.
It's like you just write whatever that comes in your mind. You know?
And then you just
maybe like we just had like a conversation about a certain thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, this is a great concept. How about like I write about it, you know?
Yeah.
I just write it. It could be like 2 lines, you know. I write it and then I'm gonna revisit some other time.
Oh, then it comes back.
Yeah, it comes back.
Your flow, dude, you got one of these massive flows ever.
Sure.
And but we did the performers, you know, people aren't the same, especially when it comes to different types of rapping and different types of styling.
True.
How do you differentiate, you know, yourself? In fact, before I ask you that one, where did you get your flow? You know?
Where did I get my flows?
Yeah.
I feel like I was inspired by...
Actually, the flow, right? The flow. Not the words, like, you know, but the flow that you use. Because, like, you know, there's flow, and then there's tempo, there's rhythm, but your flow.
Like I said, like I started as like listening to different artists, understand? So there's I get my flows from listening to people such as Kendrick Lamar, you know, J. Cole and whatnot. So those are the artists that inspires me in terms of like music.
Finding flow. How do you develop it then? Yeah.
How do I develop?
Yeah, from your like first point when you say maybe you would hear a beat, you know. How do you signify the way you actually want to speak it out, you know? Because every time when we listen to you, it's always a point like, wow.
I feel like for the most part, it has to be, you know, like the beat has to give me direction in terms of like the flow that I have to use, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how like the flow come up. For instance, if I'm listening to a trap beat, You know, I have to like, you know, bring the trappy flows, you know.
Come
Yeah.
on, and
Yeah,
then
you
taps and
get
shit
me.
like that. One of the most crucial things that, especially when you're speaking about listening to a flow, you know,
Yeah.
comes back to the ability to practice,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
to relate, you know, towards your beat, to relate towards what you actually want to convey. So your messages, doc, like your track Politiki da Strata,
Yeah.
where do you get your messages, and why do you choose those type of messages that you sing about? Because in most cases when you sing, there's always parts of inspiration,
Yeah,
you
true.
know, towards maybe it would be the art itself or towards the nature that we live in. You
I
know?
feel like it has to be like my experiences, you know, like me, for instance, we talk about street politics. It's like the things that we go through, you know, like they're relatable, you understand? Like the people that I chill with, like resonate with them, you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm more into like speaking about the things that people can relate to, you understand? You know, so that's how like, if I speak about maybe like socio-economic issues that we currently facing, for instance, in Kwanzaa, you know, and then put it in a track, I know like a lot of people are gonna, you know, relate to that song because they know
The situation.
what they're
and
going
everything.
through, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we still got C4, of course. He goes by the name of Augustine Sole. And we're discussing, you know, Kasi lifestyle things. Specifically, we're speaking Kasi arts today. Like, speaking of Kasi arts, what do you think about our Kasi's art? Like, generally in J, if you are to speak about our hood, you know, our home, and the artistry that we live, what would you say about it, or what can you say about it, and where do you put us, or where do you rate us, probably, in the scales?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I would give it like a hot 8.
A
you know?
hot one.
A hot one, bro. Because like we've been pushing, we have so many artists and poets and whatever, you know.
a lot.
So yeah, I mean, like recently you've seen, you know, artists such as Guguletu, Afrotonic blowing up. You understand, like representing us as
Yeah, as
Kwago.
a
You
hood,
understand.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's growing, and also like it's so many movements that are going on. Like, you know, Shandis, like we have, what is this?
the
The open mic
sessions,
session that
yeah.
happens every Sunday. And also we have the arts, you know, Babala, creative arts, you know, like
Yeah, theater-wise and everything.
theater-wise, you know what I'm saying? Like taking, the young kids out of the streets, you know what I'm saying? And rehabilitating them and teaching them how to like be in the space of arts, you understand? So I
Yeah.
feel like it's growing, you know?
Yeah.
And so many things. And also like there's many artists like drop music, you know, like the songs get to play in radio, you know, radio and all of that.
Yeah,
You know? So
yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's growing. We get in there bit by bit.
Bit
you know?
by bit,
Bit by
you know.
bit, but eventually you're gonna get there, you know?
Amongst a lot of things that are happening, what would you say are the issues, you know, that we have here at home, you know, that are probably hindering on us? Because I actually agree with you on the point that there's consistency,
Yeah,
you
the
know, there's
consistency,
growth, there's
yes.
development, there's knocking on all these other avenues and you know, creating opportunities. But critically more, I also know or believe that these issues that we have, you know, out of three, can we have three from you that you think we can relatively probably solve, or not even to say solve, but if we could focus on these three things, probably things might be better, because we get a whole lot of hindering issues that people develop and people create, but at the end of the day or in between the road, somebody just has to stop. You know,
true.
because of things that are appearing or happening or hindering on his energies and on their work, or why they just can't go on.
I feel like the first thing has to be like us building our own industry. You know, we don't have to like maybe go in Joburg or to the cities, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to like establish our own, you know, movement where like all the you know, musicians and then poets, you know, singers and what, we get to like be in one space.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like, there's gonna be like maybe a workstation where like we all gather together in terms of like bringing up the creative juices and the plans, and in terms of like how to curate this whole industry that we are building, you understand? So I feel like it's very important if like we all come together and build one industry, you understand? And also like as the artist, you know, I want to address this thing of like the artist not, you know, get into like focus on the business side of music.
Yeah, the
you know,
business
the business side of
element.
music.
Yeah.
You know, so if we get to like focus on the business side, I feel like we'll be all right, you know, making sure that we register our songs, making sure that we shoot music videos, you know. Yeah, so many things, bro. Like, you know.
And
then
a whole lot of
also,
contribution there.
we have to like maybe, because we already have a radio station, you know, so we have to like maybe our artists have to register the songs and then submit them there, and then they play them.
Yeah.
And also we have what is this? Map TV, right?
Yeah.
So they have to make sure that maybe like they get a slot in DSTV where like they just showcase
local
arts,
talent,
the locals, you know, like Le Fan Pirim, what he has done, like recently. You know,
like the recent
the
vlog
show,
that,
the
show
shows,
that's actually happening
yeah,
right
you
now.
understand.
Because
So
actually one of our people just was just actually appearing on it.
yeah,
I haven't seen the full parts of it, but I actually will.
actually, I'm the one who started the like I was on the first episode.
Oh, you're actually on the first
on the
episode?
first
I
episode,
thought that was actually the first episode.
Nah. that
So
was
there's
not the
actually
first.
more. So actually
Yeah.
more. Tell us about it if you can a bit.
So basically what happens in that show is like you get to, you know, they give you like 25 minutes where like you perform your songs, you know, and then you tell them where you're from, you know, what do you do and all of that. You perform your songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they give you that platform, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a free platform, you don't have to pay, you know.
Ah, it's actually cool. It's actually so it actually then it airwaves on
On DSTV.
it airwaves on DSTV.
I don't know which channel,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's
Soon enough it will be like every.
Ah, that's actually quite interesting. A lot more to know. Your inspirations. You know, I know we actually all have so many different types of inspirations, but let's critically speak about your personal inspirations. You know, as we dive in probably into your personal life now, can you speak about your personal inspirations? What are they and your aspirations?
I feel like I was born and raised in Guaco, and there are no opportunities, you understand? So I'm the one who has to like push myself in terms of music-wise or everything that I do, you understand? So I feel like my inspiration is that, you know, because like growing up in the places like this, bro, it's really hard, you know, it's really hard. So you have to like be, you know, self-driven, you know, so that you can reach the optimal version of yourself, you understand? Always work towards like, you know, like perfecting your skill or whatever that you do, just be consistent with it. And also, music-wise, I would say like my inspiration comes from, you know, a whole lot of people, you understand? Seeing so-and-so, you know, in the industry, you know, like them at the optimal,
at the peak of the point of time.
You know, the prime or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my inspiration. It keeps me going on some, okay, one day, like I'll get, you know, on that level, you know. So that's what I'm working towards.
Well, man. I did, of course, say that we're available on social media. It's called Kasi Life Style Shandis. That's where you can actually communicate and connect with us. Of course, we are live, as you can see. We are at the Shandis Palace, of course. It's a home for so many things. Your gigs, have you been gigging this year?
I haven't, you know, been gigging.
You haven't been gigging this year?
But I have been performing here at Shandis open mic session, you know. But last year I managed to like get one gig from Kwakwa Arts. You know, there was a festival that they did.
The one that actually was happening.
So I got a chance to like, you know, showcase my talent, you know. It was very good. And then
how does it feel?
A nigga got paid, you know. It's my first time getting a check from the arts, you know. I was like, I'm going somewhere, you know. I'm going somewhere. Getting like a little bit of kamsinyana, you get a piece of a pie, you hear me? So I was very happy. I was like, damn, I should start, you know, I should focus more on like, you know, gigging, you know, and all of that.
I remember when actually like, one of my first ones, when actually I was gigging. Because I actually thought I was going to get, you know, small money, you know. Hey, when the thing came, dog, you know, the system was very different. You know, you get approached in a different manner. This guy's looking at you differently. He's got a phone there, like, can you give me your phone number? He's there.
True.
And after that, boof, you know, yeah, then you feel a bit.
And also, I feel like when you're moving like as a solo artist, it's really hard for you, especially when you don't have a manager. You know,
Yeah.
so I feel like you wouldn't, unless if like you approach the event organizers, you know, try to like
to actually make a plan for you to
bro,
get picked up.
can you put me on and all of that? You know,
Yeah.
even though like you might perform for free, but like maybe like there's also like an event organizer that's gonna see you on the show. You know, how about like you come to my show? How do you charge and all of that? You
Yeah,
know? So it's
yeah.
very hard to move as a solo artist. You know.
It's actually very, very difficult to do that. In terms of that, I think actually I'm one of the people who actually one would say that they need what you call or a manager or contacts.
True.
Yeah.
And we also need more of you know, PRs and you know artist managers. You know. So we have to like do that.
Artist management, right?
Artist management, we need them.
Oh man, it's been super, super, super great. I'm gonna ask you one last question. Just to simply put it, no, I think it's going to be this one. Oh yeah, what advice, basically? I know it's a general question that we actually have, but as a last point, what advice that would you give, you know, to aspiring artists like us to, you know, to move forward within this game? Because it's actually very hard. It's hard.
It's really hard. I feel like in any space or flow that you in, you know, just like be consistent. You know, just be consistent. You know, don't lose focus. You know, put in effort. Wake up every day. Whether you selling, you know, whether you selling the veggies, you know, at the corner, amaskopas, it made you push, I made you panda prior. Because also panda hanam tilo, you know. So you have to like
Hustle it
hustle. Don't lose focus. You know? Don't care about what people are saying. You know, just focus on yourself. You know?
Oh man, like he put it, of course, he put it just like that. Augustine, what are you working on right now? Do you have a couple of projects? What have you been working on?
Lately, I'm still working on an EP. I'm working on an EP. Working with Suspect. Yeah, we're working on something. We're trying to put something. It was like, Augustine Sole, come through and let's try to put something together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're still working on it. We're on a process. I feel like we have like 2 tracks so far. You know, so currently I'm still writing. You know,
Working on the process as well. All right, so tell me, you can tell us your links now. Where can people find you? Your music.
For now, my songs are available on Spotify, iTunes, you know, all the digital platforms. So if like they happen to like want my songs, they can just go to Facebook, my page, Augustine Sole IV, and you'll find all my links there.
Yeah.
And all the work that I've been putting on, also on Instagram.
Also on Instagram. All right, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's Augustine Sole with his links. His music is available, of course, on all digital music platforms, of course. Do yourself a favor, of course, and do follow him and check out his work. It's actually very, very brilliant. He is great and amazing on top of that. So I believe you got a performance for us?
Yeah, I'm going to do a performance.
You're going to do a performance for us. So yeah. Everybody just get to check out on that.
Stay tuned.
We're doing this and we're still good. Stay tuned for the performance. Like I said, of course, it's Kasi Life Style Shandis. We're available on Facebook. My name is Thiza V-ruz. I wasn't alone, of course. I was with Augustine Sole. Check you out on the next coming episode. Stay cool, stay fresh. Well, let's get it. It's good. Let's get it. Yeah, I hope you're good. So yeah, like I promised you, of course, you're going to get a performance right now. So please, without any waste of time, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Augustine Sole.
This is Kasi Life Style Shandis.
With the music, feel the beat.
Are we all good? Yeah. So basically, I'm going to do one song, Street Politics. Di Politiki tsa Strata, featuring Machiavelli, Augustine Sole. So yeah, without waste of time, let's get right into it.
Augustine Sole. Straight from the 05. Snowtown representing. You already know. Let's do it. Free all my niggas doing time costas.
Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas.
I remember days when I was close to sleeping on the streets back in the city where the roses bloom at. 051 sharpen my soul, get my groove back. That's where my heart and my character grew at. Homies dying, paranoia got me thinking I should pack a tool like I got some screws loose. I was hanging by, depending on mama to get by. She put some food on my plate. I gotta put my big boy's pants on and be a man. Starving artist, I wasn't getting paid for the music. Struggling through the early days to get a platform. Tormented by drugs, demons, and vices. Hoping I don't see an early grave. Calibrated and orchestrated a wiser plan. Got a 9 to 5, but I was paid on commission. But at least I was out on the streets hustling. When those streets got cold, she was the one that I was cuddling. I will paint on the walls like every day. First time I could habitate. It's a tragedy that God had to separate these two lovebirds with these cold stones. Now my heart is left stone cold, so fuck fate on the first date. Back shots in a glass house. In a glass house.
Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas.
As you look deep within my eyes, like I gave you my optic with the hope that you realize. It's really tragic how ghetto kids don't make it past 25. I'm so grateful to be alive. Tears rolling down my eyes as I hear the mother scream and cry. Still wondering why my nigga G never had to die. That for my nigga got me dramatized. Think about it all the time. Never got a chance to say goodbye. On my back I got a lot to carry. That shit is weighing me down. But I guess if you live by the goni, you die by the goni. That's the repercussion of living your life as a tot. Rest in peace to Olatoli. Pouring out some liquor for my homies. Surrounded by dark and eyes filled with blacks and eyes like a Josie. Dockets go missing cause we grabbed the police. Got Choco ya Coli. Still on the corner block, ducking police. Trying to stay true to the odds, playing my part where niggas got funny hearts like Tony. My granny told me, pick the Bible fast before you pick up the bayonet. Thiza man Caracas, clever on chair. Clever on chair. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Duzi le chatsakare over di politiki tsa strata bo mama untitse mankas. When untitse mankas. Free all my niggas doing time costas. Augustine Sole, I'm out. Shout out to Shandis, my favorite.
This is Kasi Life Style Shandis.
With the music, feel the beat.